Hello everyone, I'm Rajeshri. A very warm welcome to you all in today's episode. Today, I'm going to take all of you back in the latter half of 19th century, and the location is Paris. Initially, when I was thinking of doing this episode, I just thought I'm going to compose a music on one of the paintings of the genius impressionist Pierre-Auguste Renoir. But this always happens. It became a journey without a destination. I found this vital link. How Impressionism, the philosophy, had crossed the oceans and reached India. And I found this link fascinating and I wanted to share it with all of you. So, in the latter half of 19th century, when Paris was really very restless place because changes were happening in each and every spheres. And the world of art also experienced the same. A group of painters, they have decided to free themselves from the four walls of the studio. They took their foldable easels and flat brushes, and they went everywhere in the nature, in the wide boulevard, in the street cafes, and they wanted to capture real moments. Among them, we know Claude Monet, we know about Pissarro, we know Renoir, Degas, Manet, and many others. This group did only 8 exhibitions, but they have entirely revolutionized the world of art. Among them, Pierre Renoir decided to capture human relationship, gestures, movements. Monet wanted to capture elements of nature, but the common thing was they wanted to capture these moments under sunlight, the different time of a day. So they didn't have much time because they wanted to capture those moments. So they had to use flat brushes. Before that, the brush, the paintbrush was rounded. And they had another thing in common. Their shared hatred for salons, because the older generation believed in painting religious figures and mythological stories perfectly sitting inside the studio. But this group did not believe in that. They refused to master the old grammar. They wanted to create new rule book. Impressionism was born. And among them, Renoir said if he could have painted joy. So he was very passionate about painting human emotions. he did not paint what he saw. He painted what he felt as well. In that restless Paris, he found poetry in sunlight, in companionship. And coming to Renoir's second son, who was very, very dear to Renoir, Renoir always wanted to paint his portrait. So Jean Renoir was not allowed to have a haircut till the age of 16. And Pierre Renoir's one of the best portraits was the Jean as a huntsman. What Jean Renoir did, he took this Impressionism one step further. How did he do that? In their family home, on every wall there was Renoir's picture. They were colorful. They had the Impressionism reflected in each and every picture, but they were motionless. Jean Renoir became a world-famous film director, and he again took the camera out from the studio to the real locations. And he made quite a few masterpieces. Whilst choosing real locations for one of his films called The River, he traveled all the way to India. And he chose the city called Calcutta then. And whilst he was looking for the location, he stayed in a hotel, quite a famous hotel called Great Eastern Hotel, Calcutta. Right beside that, there was an advertising agency where a young man, passionate about making films, rather passionate about art, coming from a very artistic family, but did not have the finance to make it. But the dream was growing in his mind and in his brain. He got to know that Jean Renoir was there at that time, and he straight away went and introduced himself as a student of cinema. And he expressed that he also wanted to make a film in real location with real people. Obviously, he would like to use professional artists along with newcomers as well. Jean Renoir spoke to him, asked him to give up his advertising job and go ahead and make the movie. But that young man called Satyajit Ray couldn't do it straight away. He went to London in the year 1950, watched hundreds and thousands of films, enriched his knowledge, came back to India, and eventually in 1955 he made his first film called Pothir Bachan in regional language. And he got Oscar for this movie in later stage of his life. It became a trilogy. He made 2 more movies with the main character of Utpalendu. Ray was one of the greatest writer, film director, music composer as well. For his first few movies, he did not try composing the music because he did not have any formal education of music, though he was exposed to music from his very, very early age. His mother was a singer. Most of his uncles and aunts, they were singers. So he was exposed to Indian classical music and Tagore song. And in his house, there was one of Beethoven's record. And he had few friends who also were very much interested in Western classical music. So together they did go to the libraries and places where they could enjoy the flavor of listening to Western classical music. So Ray understood after making few movies that the music he wanted for his own films, those music composers who were great in their own field and who had huge knowledge and obviously formal education, they could not deliver what he wanted. He wanted a mixture of Eastern classical and Western classical music, folk music and other genres as well. So he sat in front of his harpsichord and started making his own music. So from the musical point of view in today's episode, I composed a piece of music for one of Renoir's paintings, as I have told you. The painting called Boating on the Seine, River Seine. There were 2 young women who were boating on the River Seine. It's a very serene painting, and I tried to compose a very cozy, calming music for that. The painting has got bright colors. The painting captured sunlight beautifully. So that's the first section of the musical bits. And then I composed just few bars for Ray's first film, Opur Utpalendu. And then in the end, I tried to play one of Ray's own song, which was written by him, and he composed the music as well. I used to listen to this song from very early age, and I'm being honest with you all that it stayed in my in my mind and in my brain. But I did not look for a sheet music for this song. I rather tried to remember the tune. And I usually don't talk about the grammar of the music in my episodes. But today, just as a reference, I composed the first one for Renoir in D major. So I continued to stay with a little bit shift here and there for this song. So it might not sound exactly what it should be, because I have incorporated a little bit of my flavor, texture within it. But I have braved to do it because Ray had friends from different genre of musical world who would have been more than happy to come and work with him rather. But he composed his own music. And till today, if I close my eyes and try to think of each and every song of his, they are just, the tunes are just timeless. And they are so melodious and beautiful. And that gave me the inspiration and courage to just recall the tune from my memory and play the music. So I will go ahead and play it for all of you, and hopefully we all can enjoy it together. I could talk about this vital connection for next 4 to 5 episodes, but obviously to make it short, I have to deliver it this way. But this connection taught me one thing, that art, the river, which I always call it's a river, that flows everywhere. Where it starts, it doesn't matter, but it can go to each and every corner of this world. So instead of wasting any more time, let me go ahead and play it for all of you, and hope we will all enjoy it together. So this is a combined tribute to the great Impressionist Renoir, the great filmmaker Jean Renoir, and to the great writer, filmmaker, music composer Satyajit Ray. Thank you very much. So let me play the first section, which is Renoir's painting Boating on the Seine. Now I'll play those few bars for Ray's first film, Pothir Pachali. Now I will play that song which I have already told all of you. It's called Aha Ki Anundu Akashe Batashe. What a joy in the air, in everywhere, in the nature, in the sky, and everywhere.